IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Basketball Game of the Week. Brought to you by Fairfield Medical Center, Ohio University Lancaster, Standing Stone Bank, Sheridan Funeral Home, Fairfield National Bank, The Huddle Tire Company, Fairfield DD, Personal Touch Party Rentals, the Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, North Body Shop, the Lancaster Eagle Gazette, Lines Auto Service, the Carriage Company, Kumler Collision, and Dagger Law.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Interface Video Productions Buffalo Wild Wings High School Basketball Game of the Week. I'm Jared Stewart alongside Tim Shumaker. Tonight, we've got a good one for you in the Mid-State League Buckeye. We're at Fairfield Union High School, where the Falcons will host the Bloom Carroll Bulldogs. And, Tim, there's never not a big game between these two teams, but this is an even bigger one as Fairfield Union playing for that fourth straight MSL Buckeye Championship.
Yeah, and as we roll into the second half of the season, Jared, Bloom Carroll won the first time at home, so Fairfield Union needs to get this game to stay tied with Hamilton Township at the top. You know, we can take a look at the standings and see that, and for Bloom Carroll, it's a chance for them to actually move into the running. You never know when you have a whole second half of the season to go. If we take a look here at the standings, you see Fairfield and Hamilton tied at the top, but Logan Elm right there, Taze and Carroll in the hunt. Amanda slipped a little bit, and Liberty's improved. So it's kind of a dogfight, which is how a league should be. You're going to play 14 league games, so everybody's got at least half of their season to go. So a lot of things to be determined, and this is a big step toward it for the Falcons.
As we are getting set for the start here in the big battle of the Mid-State League Buckeye, we thank you for joining us. We also want to say thanks to all the military servicemen and women out there. It is Military Appreciation Night across the board in all of OHSAA basketball games tonight, and they are being honored right now here at Fairfield Union. So we want to certainly say thank you to them. We heard an outstanding rendition of the national anthem performed by the men's ensemble here at Fairfield Union. Had a huge flag out there, both teams holding on to that, and a great way to get started here for a high school basketball game.
It is, and you can see some of the gentlemen here that have just been, I don't know what the right word is, but loyal, showed their patriotism, and we're thankful to all to give us the rights and freedoms to do the things we like to do.
And how cool is it, too, with the whole crew at OHSA, Jerry Snodgrass and everybody up there, recognizing that this is something important, and not only to recognize the servicemen and women of our military, but it's important for our student athletes to see that and be a part of it.
I agree, and what I liked is you had both teams holding the flag there. That's very important, Jared. I think instead of just getting coaches or other people involved, let's get our student athletes involved.
Well, as the festivities continue on the floor, let's get back to talking about this big matchup between Fairfield Union and Bloom Carroll. That first meeting that you mentioned was way back on December 8th out of Bloom Carroll. Bloom Carroll won that game by 6, 58-52. And you look at the quarter-by-quarter scoring, BC jumped out 18-7 in the first quarter, and they didn't go downhill from there. They went up 20. They scored 20 in the second quarter, and then after that, it seems like the adjustment was made at halftime, but Coach Alex Eversole and Fairfield Union came out, but just not quite enough at the end in losing that game by 6.
Well, anytime you play somebody the second time, it's different, and that's the fun of a league. I know talked to both coaches today, Jared, and both teams are looking forward to really knocking heads tonight, as we should say. You see some more veterans come down.
So in that matchup for Fairfield Union, they were led by Evan Conley with 24 points. Houston Hara had 14. Bloom Carroll led by Otto Coons with 28. Trace Weiscarver had 17. Coons right now averaging 25 points per ball game.
They've really relied on Otto offensively. I know Trace Weiscarver's chipped in, but I think that's kind of one of the things that Coach Mitchell's looking for here is to get some other people to kind of chip in a little bit. Otto's going to get his, but you need somebody else. You can't be a one-man show and have a really, really great year.
How impressive is it, since we're talking about Otto, how impressive is it for a high school athlete to excel in how he is in both sports, on the football field and on the basketball court?
Well, let's wait a moment here.
Nice tribute here as Coach Alex Eversole and his whole staff and team, as well as Coach Brett Mitchell and his team, coming down to shake the hands and thank the veterans. And
the
they
officials.
called him. Yeah, they called him
everybody.
right out of the stands, to come down, which is an awesome thing to recognize them for their service. Let's take a look at these pictures.
That doesn't get to you, nothing will.
Yeah. Another thing I like to watch too is as these young men look at the veterans, look at them in the eye. That shows that they have been taught well. Look at them in the eye, thanking them. That's a tribute to their coaches, their parents.
Well, I always say, when you speak to people, look at them, please.
Yep. Pretty cool thing we're witnessing here at Fairfield Union and across the state at all high school basketball games tonight. It's Military Appreciation Night. And glad you're joining us here live to see this with us. What else is impressive there, Tim, is young and old veterans. I mean, you've got, it doesn't matter the age, doesn't matter the skin color, the sex, it doesn't matter. Men, women, they're all out there and fighting for this country, and we certainly thank them like all these young men and women are doing on the court tonight.
I don't think there's anything greater you can do than have service to your country, Jared.
Absolutely. So as the servicemen and women, the military veterans make their way back to their seats, let's get back to what I brought up about Otto Kuhns. We saw him just have an outstanding football season. He excels on the football field. He excels on the basketball court. And in this day and age, it almost seems rare to see an athlete, a high school athlete, that's able to do that.
Every great athlete that I've heard from, and I guess the one that comes to mind recently I heard talking was Buster Posey. He was a Major League Baseball catcher and an outstanding baseball player for the San Francisco Giants. I heard him talk about, my dad made sure that I played football and basketball also if I wanted to play.
Right.
And I think in this day and age, too many people miss the point that if you're competing, you're getting better.
Yeah.
You can spend some time. But the one thing that obviously, with Otto being not just a fabulous athlete and a tremendous competitor and all those things, he has to learn how to budget his time. Because he's also got school.
Yep.
And then there's lots of demands on people in extracurricular activities. And I think that's the greatest thing you have to learn as a youngster is you can play them all if you're good enough. You just have to budget the time. So this misnomer that you have to specialize, that's not true.
Let's get to the keys of the game. You had an opportunity to talk to both coaches for tonight's contest. Tell us what they said to you.
Yeah, very interesting. Coach Mitchell, and you can see his key to the games here, he felt that the team that works the ball to get better shots is going to have a very, very high successful rate. Both teams are decent defensively, but he said you just have to make sure that you take shots. Both teams are primarily jump shooting teams. Mm-hmm. Secondly, defensive rebounding. He says, and I think every coach would really emphasize that. But I think the thing that he says about the defensive rebounding that he thought's important is because the tempo's not going to be really, really fast. You saw 58 to 52 the first time, and that every possession, if you give up a long, rebound, and you have to play defense again for however long that team does take time to work the ball.
Yep.
And and the last thing he said, we have to have our emotions in check. Because he said it's an emotional game. Our guys, he says, I don't have to do anything to get them ready to play. They like to play here.
Yeah.
You see, let's go to Coach Eversole's keys. Had an opportunity to talk to Coach Eversole. I appreciate both coaches getting to me today. Obviously, transition defense. He felt Carroll out of their 58. They scored 14 points off transition the first time. And if you do a little math on that, that's 25% of their points came in transition, and he wants to eliminate that. With that, Coach Eversole being defensive rebounding, he said driving line defense. He said they don't always penetrate to get a layup, but they penetrate and kick it and then make threes. So we got to take the driving line away. And thirdly, he emphasized the same thing Coach Mitchell did in rebounding.
Tip-off tonight brought to you by Sheridan Funeral Home. Sheridan Funeral Home is proud to be supporting high school basketball. They've been serving the communities of Lancaster and Fairfield County for over 100 years. And we are underway from Fairfield Union High School. Tip controlled by the Bulldogs quickly the other way. And Otto Coons with the first bucket of the game.
Yeah, that's kind of like a transition basket right there. That's got to sink right in. Not too good for Coach Eversole.
Here's McGill kicking it out to Evan Conley in the corner. They'll swing it over left side now to Poston. Back over to Conley. Keep an eye on Evan Conley, averaging 19 points per ball game.
Evan's going to West Liberty next year, which is one of the highest scoring teams in Division II in the last 10 years.
Chase Poston being worked on by Joe Luckpout. There's Poston. Good patience from the Falcon offense. Little spin move in the paint. Shot no good.
What did we talk about just in the keys? Whoever works the ball to get better shots in half court. And Fairfield Union had a great possession there. But give Carroll credit. Their defense was sound.
Three-pointer for Otto Coons up and no good. Good give credit right there to McGill. He did a good job at least making, he didn't block the shot, but he had a hand in Otto Coons' face, made him change the shot.
You got to contest, and you got to block vision when you contest if you can. Carroll ran a staggered double there, and Fairfield Union did a good job of recognizing and switching.
Poston, right side now to McGill. They'll swing it to Conley.
Looking at running a 4-out, 1-in, Jared. With stepping the one out, the one guy from the inside out. What we mean 4-out, 1-in is 4 players on the perimeter and 1 out. See how he's channeling him?
Yep.
He's trying not to let him swing the ball, and they're kind of face guarding Conley here. Watch the
Poston
defender.
Get it into
no help.
Hera. Shot no good. Rebounded by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, nice block from behind.
Coons to the free throw line. Back out now to Weiscarver in the corner. A three put up and in by Evan Dozer.
Yeah, he's their best three-point shooter. I mean, he's around 40% for the year, Jared, which is tremendous.
Yeah, and so is Trace Weiscarver. He's at 40% as well at threes.
That wasn't Trace that time.
That was Dozer. Evan Dozer.
That's Dozer. Okay. I'm sorry. I was talking about Trace.
A 5'10" freshman at that.
Shot it with confidence, but you know what they did? They penetrated in pitching. Just one of the things Coach Eversole talked about. You got to take that driving line away so that you can't. What happens if you don't take the driving line away? It requires help.
Yeah.
And good defensive teams help, and they help, and then they can't recover on the three-point shot.
Early 6-0 lead for the Bulldogs. 5:15 counting here in the first quarter. Poston. Swing it right side. McGill shot no good, rebounded by the Bulldogs. Bulldogs doing a nice job on the defensive boards. I think so far Fairfield Union, each trip has only gotten one shot. They haven't had any second attempts.
Yeah, just
turnover for the Bulldogs, gives it back to Fairfield Union. Hera to bring it up. Falcons.
A little 1-4 high, Jared. A little rub cut. Now you're going to swing it and see the back screen here. Back screen, down screen. A pick the picker out of their offense, but Carroll's defending it pretty well.
Conley drives. Shots just short. Again, rebounded by Bloom Carroll. Caleb Swartz the other way.
That's a great block out by Caleb.
And a whistle and a foul going to be called on Ryan McGill.
Yeah, that's the number one thing that Coach Eversole was worried about, the transition. And you don't always give up baskets. It's just recovery.
Yeah.
Because you have to communicate. You have to make sure you talk.
Swartz. And we've got a foul away from the basketball. I think they're going to get Trace Weiscarver with it. No, check that. Joe Luckhaupt. Seth Cooperrider checks into the ball game. He'll replace Ryan McGill. Both these teams fairly young as far as, grade level. Fairfield Union with just 3 seniors on the roster, and Bloom Carroll with just 1 senior on the roster.
Oh, great effort right there.
Kick it back out to Cooperrider. Skip pass to the corner. Conley for 3, no good. And once again, just 1 shot and out for Fairfield Union. Quickly up the floor. Otto Coons for 3, no good.
That's really good catch.
Oh, look at takeaway
Swartz.
by Caleb Swartz, but he couldn't finish it.
Yeah, that foul at 50 feet, though, you can go away with. There, that's just those add up after a while. You can make a better choice there defensively.
6-0, 4:18 and counting here in the first quarter.
It is a tempo game, as both coaches expected, and I'm fine with that.
Andrew Mall gives it off to Chase Poston. Back to Conley.
Good communication by Carroll, switching here, recognizing.
Poston takes the 3. No good. Rebounded by Bloom Carroll.
Yeah, their blocking, their block out has been
Very
really good. Really good this quarter.
Luckhaupt picks up his dribble, gives it back to Weiscarver. Now Swartz and back to Weiscarver. Coons, crossover dribble, skip it over now to Dozer. And they're going to call Dozer with the travel.
Just gets a little stronger, Jared. He'll be more comfortable. There's nothing wrong with the penetration. You get it right in the middle of the paint, you can't ask any more than that. If you're going to be a team that's going to play with 5 perimeter people. Yeah, watch this.
They'll just take it right away from him.
Yep. That's just physical strength right there.
Just wanted it more.
Yep.
Back to live action. Falcons with the basketball, trailing 6-0. Here's Hara. Trapped on the baseline, and
he's out of bounds when he touched it.
It was tied up with Evan Dozer, but Dozer was out of bounds.
Yeah, doubled down on the post. Interesting. Very well schooled, both teams.
Coach Mitchell, I think, wanted to travel there.
It looked funny, but I'm not sure he moved it.
Conley, drive inside the paint, has it stripped. Here come the Bulldogs. Swartz with the ball fake, shot no good.
Good block.
Taken away by Poston, who goes the other way. Cooperrider back to Conley for 3. Still no good and still lid on this end.
That's why you play defense, though, Jared.
Yeah.
If you're going to shoot jump shots, it's not always going to go, so you better defend.
Coons gives it right side to Dozer. Back to Swartz.
You got to remember, during basketball season, Coons did not play a lot last year. He got
right.
hurt.
That 3 attempt no good, rebounded by the Falcons. Poston. Nice quick step to the bucket.
That's what you got to do. Look to explore the penetration.
Yep.
You know what? You have to adjust. If the jump shots aren't going, then do the next best thing. Get the ball to the hoop.
Luckhaupt tries to kick it over. It's tipped and taken away by Conley.
Yeah, Swartz showing some fatigue here, Jared.
And a foul going to be called on Otto Coons.
Yep.
They say it's on the floor, so it'll be Falcon basketball underneath their own hoop.
Yeah, Carroll jogged back defensively. Now he's got a couple of subs coming in, which is good because they were jogging down the floor. You cannot jog down the floor and be successful defensively. You must sprint.
Ryan Williams checks into the ball game for Bloom Carroll. Poston right side now to Conley. 3-point attempt put up for Ryan McGill, no good. Good job by Jacob Baker fighting for the rebound.
Long shots, long rebounds. You got to know that.
There's Poston for 3, no good. Baker another rebound. Conley shot from the elbow. And the Bulldogs with the board. I think that was the first trip that we saw a couple of offensive rebounds for Fairfield Union.
And it wasn't that the Carroll players weren't blocking out or whatever. It's long rebounds.
Right.
And there's a real knack to getting the long rebound. You know, we talked last week about it's not necessarily always good to have inside position. Sometimes you want to have lateral position with the baseline to get the long rebound.
Yeah.
And there's definitely an art to that.
Down to a minute to play in the first quarter. Bloom Carroll leads at 6-2. Not a lot of offense so far in this one. Lots of missed shots.
Working hard for good shots. See him switch the staggered double right there. All you got to do is switch it. And they recognized and switched it.
Dozer on the drive, one-on-one. Conley with a nice recovery.
The right idea. He's a freshman. When you beat that guy, you have to get the ball in front of your face and up on the glass. Yeah. He got it back here where Evan Conley made a nice play to knock it out of bounds. Fairfield Union's made one shot, and they're down 4, Jared.
Yep.
And that's, yeah.
There it was.
See the ball's not in front of his face. We used to tell him, put it in front of your nose.
Coons just going to hold it. Going to work for one shot. We'll see if they go with Coach Shue's key tip all the time. 8 seconds. 8 seconds.
You got it. You're going to have a team someday. Hey, hold it with 40 seconds is not always easy, though. Smart by Coons, though, to create space and get a new count.
Down to 14 seconds.
It takes discipline to do this, Jared. We'll see how soon he starts.
And
players
here
get
he goes.
Yep,
at
I
8.
agree. I love it.
Down to 5. Coons for 3 with traffic, no good.
That's okay. They can't shoot it and score.
Poston, a long shot, no good at the buzzer.
You know what? That's a great possession by Carroll. You missed a shot with your best player.
So into the first quarter, Bloom Carroll leads Fairfield Union 6-2.
See, a lot of people won't get excited about this, but I like this.
Yeah.
You know what? People are playing. Kids are playing hard. They're well coached. They know each other like a book, Jared.
Right.
Coming in defensively. You could tell, speaking to the coaches today, they had a plan, and it's working for both of them. Now, the next thing is the players have to make the shots.
Right.
The coach can't make the shots. The players got to relax and shoot the basketball.
Well, as far as bad, you mentioned it earlier, for as bad of shooting-wise that first quarter was for Fairfield Union, they're only down 4 points.
Yeah, the Falcons made one shot, and they're down 4 points because they play defense.
Right.
So they're right in it. They're getting everything they want.
Want to thank the athletic directors from these two schools, Ryan Montgomery from Fairfield Union and Chad Little from Bloom Carroll, two of our favorites to work with, always treat us well. And of course, anytime these two teams meet, going to have a huge crowd. So it's a big event. You always talk about events when you come to these county schools, and it brings everybody out.
It is. It's an event, and as it should be. And come out, and we saw a wonderful thing with the veterans, and now you got 2 basketball teams that are well-coached. Kids are playing hard, doing the right things. Gosh, cheap entertainment.
3 games for the price of 1 tonight. The freshman game was won by Fairfield Union, a big time, 42-12. And then the Bloom Carroll Bulldogs got revenge in the JV game with a 6-point win, 47-41. So this is the rubber match of a 3-game set.
We have that some nights, you know.
It'll be Falcon basketball to begin the second quarter. Ryan McGill, the sophomore, to bring it up. Poston, now left side, Conley. Andrew Mull was open momentarily, and then it's stolen away on the entry pass. Coons the other way, no good. Mull gets it back to McGill.
Got to stop the ball if you're defensively.
McGill, shot no good. Otto Coons a rebound.
Good
back
swing.
To Williams.
Great swing in transition. Didn't have to regroup, Jared, and got a drive.
Swartz's drive, shot no good.
Now we're getting some tempo.
Conley puts it up and in.
I like to see that about Evan. Get to the hoop. He's got quickness. He's got skill. Get the ball to the rim once in a while. The jump shot will come.
6-4, 7 minutes to play in the first half. Weiscarver back to Coons. Wide open 3, no good.
Yeah, not quite on yet.
No. Foul going to be called on Bloom Carroll.
Yeah, good defensive position again by the foul. Both teams have done a great job keeping defensive position.
Caught on Ryan Williams. That's his first.
Little 3-quarter court token pressure out of the Bulldogs here. Now back up to half court.
McGill gets it to Hara. Hara backing his way down to the block, puts it up, no good.
Yeah, Swartz got shoved underneath that time, and he was inside, but he lost leverage.
There's Conley dumping back into Hara. It's tipped, and a foul going to be called on Otto Kuhns. That's a big one.
That is big. You play him behind right there. Otto's he's got to understand, you either play defense before the ball's coming or let that go.
Yep.
Because you're going to get a foul.
Conley going to get a break. Coming in for the Falcons is Seth Cooperrider. And Otto Kuhns staying in the ball game with those 2 fouls.
Yeah, you just got to be smarter defensively.
Cooperrider to McGill, now to Poston.
I like it. The Falcons are starting to get the ball in the block. That doesn't mean you shoot it in there, Jared. It just means you're attacking the basket.
Right. Poston for 3, and he got it.
What's happened every time it's gone in? Come back out, and they've scored. Nice pass.
Somebody left Dozier open, then he got a nice pass down to Swartz.
I tell you, Dozier bent his knees, Jared, and made a nice pass. And Swartz is kind of the do-it-all thing for the Bulldogs.
Dozier's a pretty impressive player.
For a youngster, he sure is. We had a Dozier before. I wonder if that's his brother. Played for Carroll in the last couple of years. Yeah.
McGill's pass is out of bounds back to the Bulldogs. Heard a fan on that last trip when the ball went down to the block to 6'5" Andrew Mull. Otto Kuhns was on him, and there was a fan saying, take it at him. He's got 2 fouls. Not a bad strategy.
Depends on how comfortable he is.
Right.
And that's the only problem with young players sometimes is catching the basketball.
Right.
And I don't mean that in a negative way. It takes strength at the varsity level.
Yep.
First of all, Falcon pressure forced him further from the basket, so you're catching it further. You have less room to have error. You got to learn to catch that basketball. But that's coaching young people, and you have to understand that. They'll get better.
Jacob Baker checks back in for the Falcons. So does Conley. He's got the basketball now. Conley drives, and a whistle and a foul going to be called on Bloom Carroll. They get it on Trace Weiscarver. That's his first.
Trace hadn't really gotten any shots out there, just taking him away because he's such a good three-point shooter.
Lob comes into Baker.
Whoops.
McGill wide open in the corner for 3 and got it.
Good job on the out of bounds. Call those out of bounds plays special teams, Jared. It's like in football. You got the punt team and the kickoff team. That's a great job.
Yep.
Good job by McGill getting his feet set and staying with it. They haven't shot it well. You got to stay with it. There's that pitch by Kuhns.
Swartz answers with a 3 of his own.
Yeah, both teams heating up a little bit. They're getting a little more comfortable, Jared.
11-10 Bloom Carroll.
There's McGill to the hole.
And a whistle and a foul.
Yep.
As Luckalp knew he was burnt.
Well, their closeout's got to be better for Bloom Carroll. If you're looking at it from a defensive standpoint, but what I like from Fairfield Union is that they're getting the ball to the rim now. They're either feeding the post, putting it in and bringing it back out, or getting the ball at the basket. You can be a jump shooting team, but you can't be a jump shooting team without attack.
Yeah.
You still have to attack the basket, and you still have to attack the block.
McGill's free throws up and good. Ryan is averaging 7 points per ball game. 71% free throw shooter, and he makes 2 there. (12-11). Falcons back on top. Dozier picks up his dribble, gives it over right side to Kuhns.
A little more pressure from the Falcons on the perimeter. Overplay. See, they're just face guarding Weiscarver. They're just not letting him have McGill
Right.
staying with him. Now, he caught it that time.
And a hard pass, not controlled by Ryan Williams, but it goes into the hands of Swartz. Now Kuhns here.
Again, what Coach Mitchell was talking about. Got to work for good shots.
Otto inside the paint, and he's fouled. I think we're going to get Houston Harrow with that one. No, they call it on Ryan McGill. That's his second.
He's been, and Ryan's just in a good stretch right here too.
Yeah, he's had a good second quarter so far.
He has. You can see right here.
Coons dump inside. Swartz, good ball fake, couldn't finish it.
Again, special teams again, Jared. Great out of bounds play, good read, but didn't finish.
Coons drive.
That's a heck of a play.
Good looking play there.
And he went left-handed.
Yep.
That's what you got to understand. He faked the handoff. That's just a heck of a play.
He's used to faking those handoffs.
Yes, because he's going to keep it and throw it.
Yeah. 13-12, Bloom Carroll.
Now they got Coons guarding Conley. Isn't this interesting?
Yeah, it is.
Put a little more size on him, but he's got 2 fouls is the issue.
Hara, turnaround jumper up and in.
What I like is he took his time. Got himself in the paint, took his time, finished. Had a nice look. He's a little taller. Good possession for the Falcons.
Back and forth game we go. 14-13 now, Falcons. Left side, it's Dozer. He'll dump it down to Weiscarver. And good shot by Trace Weiscarver.
I tell you, that's a really nice move by Trace. Did a crab dribble and did a little jump hook. Most perimeter guys that shoot threes aren't real comfortable with that.
Houston Hara fouled. He's going to go to the free throw line.
And how about the Falcons sprinting it down after the score and getting it in the block? Watch Trace Weiscarver. Right here. See him fake?
Yep.
He made a great fake. Now watch the crab dribble. Goes up. I'll tell you what, he's got that post move down. I'm not sure his dad ever had that one. His dad's over along the wall over there. His dad was a good player, but he didn't have any post moves.
Houston Hara, first free throw up and good. Ties it up at 15. Weiscarver picked up his second foul. Second free throw for Houston is also good.
Yeah, he looks solid. He's under control. He's long.
Bulldogs have Lockout, Weiscarver, and Coons all with 2 fouls. 2:36 to play in the first half.
Well, at some point, Coach Mitchell's going to have to decide, do I take Coons off the floor?
Right.
Obviously, now's not the time, but even as we get late in before the half, because giving up a foul or giving up a basket, you have to make that decision.
Yeah.
There's that pitch again.
Dozer for 3. It's long.
Great block out again.
Falcons, yeah.
Kids don't do that naturally, Jared. That's taught.
Yep. Here's Mole with it.
Good cut. If they switch the screen, you got to do 2 things. You got to screen your own man, or you got to dive and pop back.
Conley for 3 in the corner, and he drains it.
Good feed. Heck of a tough shot by Evan right there in the corner.
19-15, Falcons with their biggest lead of the night with 1:39 to play in the first half. Monty Law
getting
gets
excited
Coons.
here.
Yep. Coons going to drive baseline, and good defense by the Falcons. It's tipped and into the hands of Houston Hara, and there's that 3rd foul on Otto Coons.
Boy, you have to consider that. Kind of a response foul too, Jared.
Yep.
You can see right here, there's the 3 from Conley. I mean, hit his right leg kick. That's a tough shot.
Yeah.
You don't make those if you don't practice on your own a lot.
So big foul for the Bulldogs as Otto Coons, averaging 25 points per ball game, has 3, and we're not even out of the first half yet. Free throw up and good for Houston Hara. That's 3 in a row for him.
He's had a big quarter here.
Yes, he has.
And not just scoring. He's done a lot of good things this whole quarter.
Houston, a 6'5" junior. Second one up and also good. 6 points in the ball game, 4 of them from the free throw line for Houston Hara. 21-15 Falcons, 1:19 and counting here in this first half. Here's Lob.
Fairfield Union do a good job switching dribble handoffs. There's that pitch again. Yep.
And Ryan Williams going to be fouled by number 12, Jacob Baker.
Hey, that's only the 4th team foul. Considering they played man-to-man the whole half, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Their technique's good. Got to make your approaches, your closeouts good, and get your hands off. This is big to see if Carroll can withstand not have an auto in the game here in the last minute.
3-point attempt, put up and in for Wisecarver.
That's big. Boy, from Fairfield Union, that you know they got one guy that's a primary scorer, and that's Trace. You just can't let him have the ball there.
He is a 40% shooter from the 3-point line.
And if you do the math on that, you figure out how many points that's burning it up. That's 60% from the 2.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Clock at 40 seconds to play in the first half. 21-18. Falcons look like they're going to.
Yeah, Coach Mitchell's fine with this. Less time he plays without Otto on the floor. He's fine. We'll play one possession here.
Houston Hara going to just hold it. Get some instruction from Coach Eversole. Down to 15 seconds. We'll see if he goes at 8. They did last time at the end of the quarter.
Yep.
Here he goes.
Spoke. Makes my heart good, Jared.
Nice move by Houston. What a second quarter Houston Hara has had. And the Falcons build their lead to 23-18 at halftime.
Great execution at the end of the half. Makes my heart good. That's how you play the game. It's called momentum.
So your halftime score here from Fairfield Union High School. Fairfield Union leads Bloom Carroll in this big Mid-State League Buckeye Division battle, 23-18. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we're hoping to be joined by the Fairfield Union girls coach, Travis Schaefer. He's going to be joining us to talk about his season. They've had a good one so far. Halftime sponsor tonight is North Body Shop, providing quality customer service, parts, and reliability since 1979. Owner Mark North will provide you with a free written warranty on each estimate. That's Mark North of North Body Shop. He'll treat you right. So we'll take a timeout. We'll be back with more, hopefully hearing from Coach Schaefer and having our first half stats and analysis and all the second half action coming up on the Interface Video Productions Buffalo Wild Wings High School Basketball Game of the Week. Stay with us.
IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Basketball Game of the Week. Brought to you by Fairfield Medical Center, Ohio University Lancaster, Standing Stone Bank, Sheridan Funeral Home, Fairfield National Bank, The Huddle Tire Company, Fairfield DD, Personal Touch Party Rentals, The Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, North Body Shop, The Lancaster Eagle Gazette, Lines Auto Service, The Carriage Company, Kumler Collision, Absolute Lawn Care and Snow Removal, and Dagger Law.
Hi, I'm Rich. Welcome to Lines Auto Service.
Lines Auto Service, a full-service preventative maintenance and automotive repair center. We understand that your vehicle is essential to your everyday life, and we do our best to not only ensure your convenience, but care for your vehicle as if it was one of our own. We repair domestic and foreign vehicles and are your best choice for scheduled maintenance on your car, truck, SUV, or fleet vehicles, both new and old. Our employees are dedicated, hard-working members of this community and care about you and your vehicle long after you leave. Lines Auto Service is family-owned and operated and uses the latest in diagnostic equipment to guarantee your vehicle is serviced correctly. We use only quality replacement parts, and our expert team of ASE-certified technicians will treat you with courtesy and respect. Stop by and see us at Lines Auto Service, 268 North Broad Street in Bremen, and we'll look forward to calling you our friend.
And welcome back to Fairfield Union High School. Our halftime score is Fairfield Union 23-18. Seeing a good one here between the Falcons and the Bulldogs in this Mid-State League Buckeye Division battle. We are pleased to be joined right now by the brand new head coach of the Fairfield Union girls basketball team, Travis Schaefer. And first of all, I miss you at Lancaster High School, but You're doing great things out here. I'm so happy for you.
Appreciate that. Thanks.
Let's talk about your team. You're off to a great start. 10-5 overall, 6-3 in the league. Currently sitting in third place, a tie in third place. But you've got some big ball games coming up against two of the top 3 teams.
Yeah, we've got a pretty tough schedule coming up. About the next week, we play 3 really tough league opponents with Taze and Amanda and Circleville. All good games for us. We get them at home this time, so we're really hoping get some game plan in and go battle.
Tell us about your girls. I got to see your team play early in the season against Athens, one of the first games, and I'm very impressed. I mean, with what you were able to do over the summer to get them ready and where they were early on. Tell us about some of the key components.
Oh, I mean, we've really grown a lot since we started. I mean, it's always tough when you come in. We changed a lot, put in a lot of stuff, tried to build the culture up to where we wanted to have it. And, we've been pretty lucky to have some really good leadership from our 2 seniors, Ava Mollendick and Hannah Burnside. Both have really helped us grow, as the years went along. And the nice thing for us, the thing I've been most pleased with is, we've been pretty balanced with scoring. One night it might be, Hannah. The next night it might be, Evie Wolshire, one of our juniors, or Katie Burke. We kind of spread it around, which is nice to see.
Yeah. So obviously, we're seeing a great boys basketball matchup in the Mid-State League, but the girls, it doesn't get any easier. I mean, you guys have, top of the league is just a log jam. It could be anybody on any given night.
Right, yeah, and that's one thing that, we kind of keep talking about. We wanted to get through the first half of the league play with a chance, and we did that, so we're hoping, especially next week, like I said, next couple weeks with the top of the league in front of us, we want to go try to get a couple.
Tell us about outside of the court, some of the things that your team is involved in. I know that it's more than just basketball for you and your girls.
Yeah, the one thing we've really taken pride in is trying to make a program here that our community is proud to have. And we've done some things. We partnered with the Bremen Food Pantry earlier in the season to help with their food drive, and just things like that. Anything that we can do to give back to our community is, like you said, it's off the floor. It's bigger than just a game of basketball for us.
Well, Coach, we're excited for you, and you're off to a great start, doing great things here at Fairfield Union.
Thanks.
We're excited, too. We're going to be out here later on. We're going to have that big matchup with Circleville on TV, so we're excited to see your team play, and good luck to you the rest of the way.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
Thanks for joining us. That's Coach Travis Schaefer, the girls basketball coach here at Fairfield Union. We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back with some first-half stats and the second-half action coming up on the Interface Video Productions Buffalo Wild Wings High School Basketball Game of the Week.
The Frank E. Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our 2 locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster or 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Come experience the Huddle Tire difference. Locally owned and operated since 1910, we're your independent tire and auto repair shop. We carry all major brands of tires, including Goodyear, Cooper, BF Goodrich, and many more. But we're more than just tires. From safety inspections to alignments, brakes, shocks, and struts, even preventive maintenance, we can handle it all. Enjoy the ride at Huddle Tire Company, 300 South Columbus Street, or we can be reached at our website at huddletire.com.
At Dagger Law, we have more than 110 years of combined expertise in nearly every part of law.
What I think sets us apart from any other law firm is our ability to work together.
With us, you're getting a trusted partner, in addition to a team who can help you with a growing business, changing family, planning your future, or dealing with land issues.
It's a challenge every day, and you meet an awful lot of nice people.
Your case matters. We'll take the time and the energy to ensure that you have a quality experience, quality representation.
Whatever you need, we have a lawyer who can help. Dagger Law. Local, trusted, experienced.
Almost everyone needs a car to get from point A to point B, and many families have 2 or more cars. At Carriage Company, located at 1031 North Memorial Drive in Lancaster, we specialize in hard-to-find used cars. Due to the recent success of the new car market, there is a large inventory of used cars available for resale. We can help you find exactly what you're looking for. With over 15 years at this location and 27 years experience in the business, we are the best place to go to find your next car, truck, van, or SUV. As a member of the Better Business Bureau, we are a Carfax Advantage dealer and offer great financing rates through a local area bank with warranties available on most vehicles. We know your time is valuable, so we take special pride in making sure that you get what you came for at a price that you can afford.
Come into the Carriage Company and check out our sweet deals.
Stop by today and let us help you, or visit us online at carriagecompany.com.
For nearly 90 years, Kumler Collision and Automotive has shown a commitment to excellence with decades of experience and a passion for auto and body repair. Over the years, we've been a big part of seeing this community grow. Our employees are dedicated, hardworking members of this community and care about our customers long after they leave. Kumler Collision and Automotive. We're your neighbors, your friends, and if it's important to your family, it's important to ours.
The moment that you're told that you have cancer, so many things were going through my mind.
I had this pain that kind of doubled over, and FMC got me the help that I needed, so I ended up surviving.
Fairfield Medical Center has helped me get through what was the hardest 6 months of my life.
When I first came to Fairfield Medical Center, she was probably having an allergic reaction. They saved her life, and that's why she's here today.
Imagine your possibilities at Ohio University Lancaster-Pickerington. With over 250 majors to choose from, I get a great college education at half the price of other schools.
A lot of large campuses have huge class sizes where the professors don't even know you. At Ohio University, the classes are very small and the support you have is fantastic.
Campus life is awesome. There's always something to do between all the athletic events, student groups, and activities that you can always find your place in.
Welcome home.
Welcome home.
Welcome home to Ohio University Lancaster-Pickerington.
Welcome back to Fairfield Union. We are set for second half action. The Falcons lead the Bulldogs 23-18 as we head into the third quarter. Otto Coons with those 3 fouls will start off in the ballgame for the Bulldogs. Here is Weiscarver. Now back out to Swartz. They'll swing it around to Coons right side. So a slow start to this basketball game. Just a 6-2 lead for Bloom Carroll at the end of one. And then Fairfield Union finally got a little bit hotter and played some better basketball, both defense and offense, and led 23-18 at halftime.
Well, I think it's a misnomer. Sometimes when you don't shoot well, you don't look good.
Yeah.
But you're playing pretty well. Kuhn's very talented. You saw, again, left-handed spin move.
Up and under. 23-20 now. Coons had 4 points in the first half. We'll get to those first half stats in just a moment as Conley takes it to the hoop.
Yeah, they tried to switch, and there's just the switch wasn't good. There was no being able to handle Evan and his quickness.
Right side, it's Lockhaupt, and then Swartz down in the corner. Here's Coons. Picked up his dribble and has it stolen away on the pass.
Attacking.
Houston Hara to the hoop. And Coons kind of let him go and then blocked it from behind. And I know Coach Mitchell's like, oh!
Yeah, that's a pretty smart play.
Otto Coons playing with 3 fouls.
Yeah, and Hara's got to get that ball
right
in front
side,
of
it's
his
locked.
net.
Yeah.
You can score. You've got, here's Evan.
And that pass is stolen away.
Yeah, soft left-handed pass from the baseline out to the top's not going to get there.
3-point attempt for Weiscarver, no good. Houston Hara, the long rebound.
Good job by Houston.
Yeah, he can handle the ball for a big guy. And he's going to be called for a charge here. That'll be his first foul.
Alex not sure that's the right call.
Here was that steal.
Yeah, just a
and
soft
then
pass.
watch the block here. Ooh, that's dangerous with 3 fouls.
It's a good call by the officials to call it a block.
Yeah.
Well, it was a block. There was no foul involved. Carroll's starting to stand more, Jared. Got cut harder.
25-20 is the score. 6:04 and counting here in this third quarter.
Cut's got to be more genuine. You have to make the defense believe you're really trying to cut through. Little Princeton-type setup here.
Dozer going on the drive to the block. Nice move, nice pass over
wow.
Swartz.
I love the fakes. He used the ball fakes really well.
That's a freshman. 25-22.
They call it the high school, right? Grades 9 to 12. If you're good enough to play in any grade, you're good enough to play.
Here's Conley.
So you're trying to
taking
switch here. Better job by Swartz that time. Didn't let him get the advantage.
Those are the rebound, and then Coons traveled with it. Whoa, they called over and back. Backcourt violation.
I'm not sure he could see that from where he was. I mean, we're right at midcourt. I don't know. I'd like to see that again. Not that we're going to question officials' calls, but wow.
I think our crew's going to have a replay of that shortly. Director Bob Capetti working on it, as well as Donnie Ziegfeld right behind us. Let's see if we can get that.
Yeah, we got the same view the official does.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's neither here nor there at this point.
Turnover anyway for Fairfield Union, so it goes back to the Bulldogs.
Well, they say sometimes the ball don't lie.
You're right. Here's Dozer. Now Coons. Looking for a cutting Coons, no good. Doesn't find him, so gets it back to Swartz. And Swartz has it stolen away. It's Chase Poston going one-on-one, puts it up no good. And a foul going to be called on Caleb Swartz.
Just Carroll's turnovers, their live ball turnovers will just kill you, Jared, because you can't defend. You got to be stronger with the ball and just have more of an awareness of taking care of the basketball. If you get shots and they don't go in, they don't go in. But you got to take care of the basketball.
Yeah. First one up and in and out for Chase Poston. (25-22), Falcons lead it. Second free throw also no good. Rebound tipped around into the hands of Houston Hara.
Good job on the offensive boards at the foul line.
Here's McGill.
Didn't get checked out hard enough.
Skip pass to Conley, back to McGill, now back to Conley.
This is that extra possession we talked about. You know, when you get an offensive rebound, you get an extra possession. They got to play defense that much longer.
Right. McGill going to spot up for three, no good. Coons the rebound.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's the one you want.
There's Weiscarver, now Swartz at the top.
Got to have more body movement. The ball movement's been good, but the body movement's slowed down here a little bit. Got to cut a little harder and more off. See how passes are getting deflected?
Yep.
Plus, pass fakes against people that pressure, pass fakes work tremendously because they overreact to the pass fake. So as they start to play the lanes, you got to use more pass fakes and possibly either go back door. Here's an isolation.
Nice move by Coons. He couldn't get the shot.
He really never got it on the backboard, did he?
Right.
He just
kind of
it up
rolled
there.
off the back of the rim.
Yeah. He likes to get to his left hand.
Yeah. Conley for three with the hand in his face, no good. Coons a nice rebound.
Yeah, that's just superior athleticism right there.
Otto over to Weiscarver.
Good cut right there. There's what we're talking about cut-wise, but you gotta finish. Great cut. Great pass.
Uh-oh. Could see that one coming from up here. Poston didn't see it. Swartz over to Dozer. Nice ball fake. And then a block shot by, was that Conley that blocked it? Or was
Yep.
It? Wow.
Evan Conley hustling back. Yeah,
a little bit sloppy now. Both sides.
Yeah, you have to understand in passing, it's teams that transition defense pretty well. You cannot skip a player and get it across the lane. You have to just throw it to the next guy. Look here, Dozer. There's Conley. Watch Conley get that. Yep. Again, when Dozer gets stronger, learns to put his body in, get the ball in front of his face, he'll be much more effective down in there. But I really like what he's doing as a ninth grader.
Yeah. Lots of fresh legs into the ball game on both sides. Here's Hara working his way down in, and he found Baker wide open under the hoop.
Yeah, really good read. I tell you, Fairfield's had a lot of success when the ball's gotten in the post. And it's not that they're shooting the ball, the post guys. They're really opening up the defense.
27-22 is the score. 2:37 and counting here in the third quarter. Ryan Williams back out.
See, Trace dribbled right back into where the traffic was.
Yep.
Yeah, you want to go away from the traffic where the ball came from.
Coons at the free throw line, in and out. Here's Hara. Back to McGill. Get some offensive instruction from Coach Eversole.
Yeah, little double high stack, run slice cut and a rub cut. Now they're going to swing it in back screen instead of double stagger right here. Really just trying to get ball movement, and that's what you want. Everybody's touched the ball in this possession, Jared. Yep. That's good basketball.
McGill, quick first step to the hoop, and couldn't get it to go. Rebounded by the Bulldogs.
That's a tough shot. Good drive, just tough shot.
And a whistle and a timeout. Coach Mitchell will take one. Our timeouts tonight are brought to you by the Carriage Company, the best place to go to find your next car, truck, van, or SUV, located at 1031 North Memorial Drive in Lancaster. Check out their website at carriagecompany.com. We also have another sponsor we want to say thank you to, Shu.
Let's say thanks to the Standing Stone Bank. Whether you're ready to tackle a mortgage loan or need cash for home improvements, make Standing Stone Bank the key player in your home or business financial plans. Business to business, neighbor to neighbor. Let's grow this town together. Standing Stone Bank, an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Checking our upcoming games on our slate, we're going to see Bloom Carroll girls basketball team. Coach Chad Little's team will head out to Liberty Union, a brand new, newly renovated gymnasium out there at Liberty Union. That'll be next Friday. We'll have the Bloom Carroll and Liberty Union girls. Then the following week, as we round out January, we have got a couple of good girls basketball games for you. Fairfield Christian has not lost a game in how many did you say?
It's over 30.
Wow.
34, 35. Ben
That's
Bethel
impressive.
just had an unbelievable run in the Mid-State Cardinal.
And we're going to see them down at Byrne Union, and that's always a good battle down in Sugar Grove. And then on Thursday, January 31st, we'll be out here, as I mentioned, in our halftime interview with Coach Travis Schaefer. We'll have Circleville at Fairfield Union girls in a big Mid-State League Buckeye matchup. And then, of course, we head into tournament play. We're winding down the season here. Weiscarver's shot no good, but he's fouled.
Yeah, you don't want to foul the jump shooter.
Foul was called on Ryan McGill, his third.
It's a good job by Trace putting it on the floor, though. Taking 2 hard dribbles, elevate and shoot.
You could tell that one was short as soon as it left his hand.
Bend your knees. Pretty simple concept, but not always easy to do.
Chase Poston comes in for the Falcons. Joe Luckhaupt comes in for the Bulldogs.
He's got Otto out here. You know, he's letting Otto sit for a minute and a half here. Wow.
I thought that was going to crawl out.
It tried, didn't it?
27-23. Conley gives it over right side to Houston Hara. Back to Conley.
Evan does a really good job letting the game come to him.
Yeah.
He doesn't force it, Jared. He waited, got the ball back. Good job.
That's Andrew Mole in there fighting for that.
That's 2 tip-outs he's got. Those are huge because of the possession again. Now here's where Hara's been really good inside.
Cooper Ryder thought about the 3, didn't take it.
Good job by McGill, though, too. Composure. You have to have a crowd base that understands the game to enjoy it, Jared. Not every crowd base would quite understand how it's played, but when you're going after your 4th league championship in a row, you've educated them a little bit.
Falcons going to run it down for 1 shot. They lead it 27-23, down to 20 seconds to play in the third quarter.
Here they go. They're going to ISO Harry, and they went to trap him, made him give the ball up.
Here's Poston. Saw the opportunity for a 3 and takes it.
Wow. Not necessarily the time you wanted it shot, but
boost their lead to 7, down to 3 seconds.
Yeah, you got to get a shot.
Luckhaupt, a long 3, no good. And the Falcons take a 7-point lead into the final quarter.
That shot doesn't go in, then you know what? Then you have issues. He's got to make that, and you know, good for him. He's confident enough to shoot it, but I've had a few of those discussions over the years.
That quarter won by Fairfield Union 7-5, and another quarter kind of like that first one, low scoring, kind of a lid on the bucket at times.
Yeah, not too bad though. Actually, the defenses are so good, Jared.
Yep.
The players are, having to play defense long possessions. That takes their legs away. I mean, I used to feel like if we're playing teams that really want to get and go, we'll make them defend just a little bit longer with the ball, and it'll take a little zip out of you. You don't run as fast if you've been down here, been years, and if you're not going to work at defensive end, guess what? We're going to score.
Right.
So there's a lot of concepts to that. There's a lot of ways to play the game. You can play it fast, you can play it slower, you can play mid-level, however you want to play, as long as you're teaching the game and your kids are doing what you ask. It's fun. It's fun either way, especially if you win.
Yeah. So we head into the final quarter with the Falcons leading 30-23. It's been a good one so far. Expect a good finish.
Yeah, I look for it to get pretty tight here. Fairfield's kind of had their way here. I thought Hara again had a really good quarter, Jared. He fills up the stat sheet. He gets assists, boards, handles the ball, catches the ball in post. He's done a really nice job. And I like his poise. Here he's setting a ball screen.
Poston to Conley. Ooh, almost threw it into the third row.
Now you got Coons on Conley here.
Conley inside the paint. Good little pause there and puts a shot up but can't get it to go.
Yeah, he just hasn't had a real good shooting night. And you know what? As he gets older and matures and his strength comes, that's an offensive foul. Yeah.
Yep, going to get Swartz with it. That's his third.
Yeah, anytime you extend the arm, I mean, we could see it from here.
Conley.
Oh,
wow, what a move by Evan Conley. But again, couldn't finish the shot.
He just can't get it to go.
Here comes Coons quickly up the floor. His team trails up by 7, 30-23. And not on the same page with Trace Weiscarver there.
You know, he when he goes into his dribble drive, he's coming left.
Yeah.
And you know what? He had a spin to his right hand there and didn't use it.
Seth Cooperrider checks back in. He'll give Conley a break.
That's not a bad move. Just give Evan a little blow. Let him get it under his feet here for a minute or two.
Houston Hara brings it up, skips it left side.
That's what's good about Hara. He can be out here at the perimeter, and he can be in the post, and he's done just a lot of nice things for the team.
Here's McGill. He'll dump it to Hara.
Yeah. Now you got to move on the perimeter. You either got to dive or relocate.
Baker thought about the three, doesn't take it. Now get it left side to McGill. Good patience here by the Falcons and good defense by the Bulldogs. Poston back out to Hara.
Yeah, this is going to make Bloom Carroll be on the defensive end the whole time. Pretty hard to transition when you don't have the ball.
McGill gets it to Hara down on the baseline. Back out.
Nice job, McGill.
Baker again had a three, didn't take it. Fans want him to, you can tell.
That's okay. Fans want him to shoot every time.
Yeah, you're right.
The patience of fans make us old.
Seth Cooperrider checks out of the ball game.
You know what?
Conley comes back in.
I give the kid credit. He's not comfortable, and if that's not his role, he's not doing. He's doing what's best for the team. It's not an equal opportunity offense in basketball, Jared. Every player's roles are different. And you can contribute in a lot of ways. There you go. You got the clear out.
Lob inside to Hara, but he couldn't finish, and he's fouled. Going to get Weiscarver with it.
Yeah, nice pass right there. See, now he made that feed when he didn't take that shot, so he's involved in a very good offensive play the very next possession.
So now the Bulldogs have Swartz, Coons, and Weiscarver all with three fouls. Houston Hara at the free throw line and in and out. Up to that point, he is 5 for 5 or 4 for 4 from the line tonight.
Getting a little more tired, everybody. You know, kids played hard, play a lot of defense tonight. You got to get your legs. You got to sink into your legs, as they say.
Second one also no good. Dozer the rebound.
Yeah, that's a bad empty possession for Fairfield. Could have gone up 9 right there.
Coons going to give it back to Luckhaupt. Now back to Weiscarver. Takes one dribble, picks it up, and almost had it taken away as he got it into Coons. Coons goes strong, scores it, and he's fouled.
They ran a backdoor, ran a special play to get a backdoor. The execution wasn't great, but Coons is so strong, Jared. He just caught the ball anyway and finished. Give the Carroll kids credit. They're trying to do what they're supposed to do. It just wasn't quite right.
Free throw, no good for Coons.
Yeah, it's not been a great free throw night for anybody, really, has it?
30-25, Falcons. 5:18 and counting here in this fourth quarter. Here's Poston.
Poston did a really good job of getting some position now, being physical in the post.
Conley will take a three. Off the iron, no good. Coons the rebound.
I think he nicked him, but you know what? Officials don't see that all the time.
Right. Luck out for three. A long one,
wow.
No good.
I don't remember him taking any shots earlier in the game. I'm like, you know what?
He has no points so far. Baker dumps it down to McGill. Back out to Hara, and now Conley.
Yeah,
Conley sees the opening. Good putback for Hara, but he couldn't get it.
And McGill scrapping. You know what? Fairfield Union's got those extra possessions, and that is exactly what Coach Mitchell was worried about. They get that extra time now to run another 30 seconds to a minute off.
Yep. Ryan McGill fires up the three. No good. Conley, nice job on the boards. Puts it up and in.
You know what? He got position on Otto Coons and he stuck it back in with his craftiness, using his left hand.
32-25. There's Dozer. Back out to Coons now.
He goes left. You got to know that if you're Fairfield Union guarding him. Nice pitch.
Luckhaupt, another three attempt, no good. Rebound for Poston. Chase gives it back out to McGill. Clock down to 3:40 and counting.
Yeah, only 6 fouls this whole half, both teams combined.
(32-25) Falcons. Here's Conley on the drive. A whistle and a foul going to be called. They're going to get Swartz. They're going to get Luckhaupt.
Well, that's fine if you're Bloom Carroll. You're behind. You know what? And you may have to use the foul situation to get the clock stopped and put Fairfield Union on the line.
Andrew Mole checks in for the Falcons. And coming in for Bloom Carroll is Ryan Williams. Inbound to Hara, now to Conley. Conley drives to the hoop, puts it in.
You know what? Again, Evan's unique in that he likes to go to his left.
Yep.
Now, he came back to his right hand to finish, which was a really good finish. But he and Coons both like to go to their left.
Foul is called on Coons. That's his fourth, and Coach Mitchell going to take a timeout.
Yeah, he didn't square up and guard him. He kind of channeled him, and Evan took advantage of it. Evan's quick enough to get there. You can see right here, look at the finish as he hangs out. He hasn't had a great shooting night, but you know what? He's a money player.
Hey, we won't be out here, but we want to invite you to come out to Fairfield Union next Friday night as the 1999 Lady Falcon basketball team is going to be recognized at halftime of the varsity boys game or halftime of the varsity girls game, that is, I believe it is, against Taze Valley. Team members are going to be recognized. They were coached by the late Gary Burke, a great basketball team. They were a state semifinalist in Division III that year, and they're going to be honored next Friday night at halftime of the game. So congratulations to those ladies, and going to be a fun night for them.
That's great. It's almost hard for me to imagine that old Berkey's not here. I knew Gary for a long time, and it's hard for me to actually, when you said that, to really feel like, gosh, I just forget that, you know, some people go as we get older. It happens, and always miss him. I'm sure Scott and all the family sure miss him also.
Yeah, tell you what, that man knew basketball like crazy, didn't he?
He's a good guy, too. I tell you what, good as gold. Heart, big heart, and good as gold.
So we want to invite everybody to come out next Friday night here at Fairfield Union as that team, 1999 girls team, will be recognized. Sure to be a special night, not only for the Burks, but that team. Conley finishes the three-point play, give him 12 in the game. 35-25, the 10-point lead for the Falcons.
Yeah, now the clock's an issue, and Bloom Carroll's going to have to do something to gamble, which is not one of their strengths. Look how far they've got him out on the floor. Now they're trying to just run an ISO for Coons. But he's got to go immediately with that.
Yep.
Nice pass.
Found Swartz wide open.
He gave it up and got left. Otto is very unselfish.
Yep.
And that's nice to see. But you know he's going to put it on the floor and go left. Same as Conley here. It's a unique thing you don't always see from right-handed players.
I mean, I know you've got best player on best player here, but with Coons with those 4 fouls, I don't know. I want him still kind of early here to have. I know there's 2.5 to go, but that's what's going to happen when you've got him guarding Evan Conley.
Well, he kind of let him go, and Evan just kind of whoop-de-dooed it. I think he could have finished stronger there.
Coons crossover, give it back out to Wisecarver. They've done a nice job on Wisecarver as well. He's not gotten a lot of shot attempts tonight.
No, you've got to crowd trace. I mean, when somebody's shooting 40% from the three, I mean, there's no secret. If you do scouting or preparation at all, that's not rocket science.
Right. Inbound pass comes into Wisecarver.
And for Trace, that ought to be a hint for him. The things he's got to do to get better is being able to put it on the floor, be able to beat people off the dribble.
Clock rolls down to 2:07 and counting. Here's Swartz. And throw it away. Here comes Conley. One-on-one with Swartz. Puts it up and in.
Yep. Good job by Fairfield Union just being sound defensively.
Conley's had an outstanding fourth quarter.
Like I said, he's money. Evan knows how to keep his composure and play the game.
He's had 7 points in this quarter.
Nice hustle.
Dozer was falling down and just throws it back, and it's taken away by the Falcons.
Yeah, here you want to just run time. Smart move by Evan.
10-point lead with 1:30 to go.
Yeah. Now you play the free throw game now.
Yep.
And you know what? If you're going to be good and advance in tournament, you got to be able to do this, Jerry.
Right.
You got to be able to take care of the ball, and you got to be able to make foul shots. Good timeout by Alex.
As the Falcons take a timeout, let's get to our players of the game. Let's go with the Bloom Carroll player of the game. First of all, brought to you by Lines Auto Service, your local source for full-service preventative maintenance and automotive repair. Family-owned and operated, we perform high-quality, guaranteed service you can trust at a fair price.
Well, to be honest with you, the guy that does everything is asked to do a lot for him. Hasn't had a great scoring night, but Otto Coons, I think you got to recognize Otto. He has to pass the ball. He's got to score. He's got to defend. He's got to do a lot of things, and he's been very, very good in a lot of aspects.
Yeah.
He just hasn't been able to find his shot tonight.
So congratulations, number 2, Otto Coons, our Bloom Carroll player of the game, brought to you by Lines Auto. Let's go to our Fairfield Union player of the game, brought to you by Fairfield National Bank. Our first priority is to understand you, where you are in life, and where you want to go. We look for opportunities in places other banks may see challenges. Could there be a better reason to meet? Be delighted with your bank. Fairfield National Bank is a division of the Park National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You know, what can you say? Evan Conley just gets it.
Yeah.
You know, he understands the game. He keeps his composure. He hasn't had a great night offensively by his standards, but he stayed with it. And I really like how he's poised. He knows what to do. He's works very hard at both ends of the floor. Let's give it to Evan. But I want to say Hara's done an outstanding job.
Yeah, he really has.
He's had an outstanding ball game tonight. And I believe
Houston Hara has had 8 points. They were all in the first half. But what he's done in the second half, even though it hasn't been scoring, he's done a good job with, on the boards. He's done a good job bringing the ball up the floor at 6'5".
And he's a junior.
Yeah. Foul's going to be called on Evan Dozer. That's his first.
Yeah, this isn't the guy you want to foul. Now, he did miss the last two, right?
Yes, he did.
Made the first 4.
4 for 6 from the line tonight.
But, there's a lot of kids always every night we do this. I never find it that easy. But we got to recognize somebody, and nothing wrong with that. But we should recognize both teams, both programs, and how hard the teams play, and young groups actually overall.
Mm-hmm.
Evan's a senior for Fairfield Union, and he plays like a senior. And that's how a senior should play, composed.
Big 2 free throws there for Houston Hara. Gives him 10 points in the ball game and puts the Falcons up by 12, 39-27.
You know, the old Don Meredith, I'd say it now, turn out the lights. But you never know with high school players. But Fairfield Union's very poised in this kind of tempo and situation. You can see they handle the ball well. The key is you got to know the free throw. Know your free throw shooters. Get them the basketball, and then protect the ball. Don't panic. It's tough to beat a team that's coached as well as Fairfield Union in these kind of situations.
Right. Out of this 30-second timeout, it will be Bloom Carroll basketball down by 12 with 1:05 to play in the ball game.
And let's give a big shout out to Gordon Litt's son, Connor Litt. He is an assistant coach at the Air Force Academy now, and they're on TV Saturday night against Nevada. I just wanted to give a big shout out to Connor. Connor's a tremendous young man.
Yes, he is.
Graduated from the Air Force Academy, and now he's one of the assistant coaches. So
he's a heck of a player here at Fairfield Union as well.
He sure was.
Coons off-balance shot, no good. Rebounded by the Falcons, and a whistle and a foul going to be called. No, one official saying jump ball.
Yeah, but the foul superseded it, I believe.
They called it on Wisecarver. Or no, check that, Swartz. That's his fourth.
And officials kind of know that the team's going to foul, so they anticipate. I used to whisper in their ear when they came by, like, they're going to foul. And we don't want any jump ball situations here. Just you got to remind them once in a while, Oh, yeah.
So it will be at the free throw line for the Falcons. Jacob Baker, a 6'2" senior, one of only 3 seniors on this roster for the Falcons. No good. Swartz the rebound. Bulldogs only have 1 senior. Here's Coons. His man left him. Takes a shot from the elbow. No good. And the rebound by Hara. And Hara's going to go back to the free throw line.
Yeah, at this point you want to really go to some kind of pressure trap and stop fouling because you're not going to make up 12 points in 42 seconds.
Right. Actually, it was McGill that had the basketball. He's fouled.
McGill's been solid tonight.
He has.
He's done a nice job.
Just a sophomore. First one up and good. Ryan up to 6 points in this game.
Does a lot of things, though, Jared.
Second one in and out, rebounded by Swartz, down to 41 seconds and counting. 40-27. Here's Dozer. Luckhaupt will fire up a 3, no good. Bloom Carroll rebound and put back for Trace Wisecarver.
Good job by staying with it.
Coach Mitchell calls a timeout. Tim, for the fans at home watching, it's coming up close to tournament time. Tell the fans what the process is like when these coaches go to the tournament draw.
Well, nowadays with all the technology, you basically send all the information in. So all you do is place yourself on the bracket. Now in Southeastern Ohio, each district, which is kind of goofy considering they're all in the state of Ohio, the Southeastern predetermines the bracket.
Which is where Fairfield Union, they're technically in Southeast District.
Wherever they're seated, they will specifically fall on a bracket because the seat numbers are already placed there. But you go into Central Ohio, it's kind of wide open. And it's kind of crazy, especially with that Division I with like 38 teams or whatever. Yeah. It's a crapshoot.
Yeah. Fairfield Union will be playing in the Logan sectional. That's always a tough one.
It is.
Sheridan goes down there. Yes. Meggs, Gallia Academy, I believe, is in that one.
I think Warren even comes up. Warren has a nice
Warren's
team
got
again.
a good team, real good team.
He always has a good team.
They beat Athens again this year. I think it's like 15 years in a row they beat Athens.
No kidding.
Yeah. And Athens has a really good team this year.
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. He always does a great job. Blaine was an assistant coach at Logan when they had really good teams. Good man, too.
Yeah. Foul is called on Evan Dozer. Conley's first free throw up and good.
Yeah, see how he extends that arm all the way out, got the stroke. That's just comes from practice.
Seth Cooperrider checks back in, so does Andrew Mole. Gives Houston Hara a break, and Chase Poston give them a nice hand from the crowd. As Matt Quall is getting ready to check in as well for Fairfield Union. And so is Caleb Morgan.
Always trying to figure out who they're in for. Give them a phone and send a text. They'll answer that.
You're right. Evan's second free throw is also good. So Morgan checks in for Conley. Conley gets a nice hand. Had an outstanding second half. He had 5 at halftime.
Just solid, Jared.
And he had 11 in the second half, so give him 16 for the game. Right side, Luckhaupt with 10 seconds. Now Wisecarver for 3, no good.
Oh.
Rebound and put back for
Nice
Ryan
hustle.
Williams.
Yeah, nice hustle. Good shot.
Caleb Morgan will dribble it out, and the Falcons will win this one tonight 42-31 after a slow start. Fairfield Union really turned it on and played a good basketball game the rest of the way.
That's why you play defense, Jared. You score 2 points in the first quarter and you win by 11 because you play defense. If you don't play defense, the deficit's too much, and it's hard to come back because you spend a lot of energy.
Let's check scoring. First of all, for Bloom Carroll, it was Caleb Swartz leading the way with 9 points. They had nobody in double figures. Swartz had 9. It was Otto Coons with 8. Trace Wisecarver had 8. Ryan Williams had 2. And Evan Dozer with 4. For the Falcons, it was Houston Harrow with 10 points. Chase Poston had a good game with 8. Jacob Baker had 2. Ryan McGill had 6. And Evan Conley leads all scorers tonight with 16 points. And always the fans here at Fairfield Union, the student section, always excited when they beat Bloom Carroll. And they split the season series with the Bulldogs this year. And, Coach Eversall's got to be proud of the way his team came back tonight.
Yeah, you know what? They've been playing pretty well. And I think he felt pretty confident. At least I kind of felt that way in his discussion. I mean, you're always a little apprehensive.
Yeah.
Of course, I never thought we'd ever win a game. But, they're solid, Jared.
Yeah.
You know what? The players know what to expect. You can tell they know what they're doing. They're doing things well. And you got to get better. It's January the 19th today? Mm-hmm. Is that right? In another month you start your tournament play. So you've got a month to get better. And you got to, and he talked about that today, and I think it's definitely the right way to go. You got to get better every day as an individual, in your skill level, or just understanding the game, and then as the team, you got to build them to get better. And if you do that, it's amazing how good you be. Not even in your regular season can end up 500. I've seen 500 teams or just over 500 have great tournament runs because they get better. So for all you guys out there that are coaching and whatever, don't ever give up hope. Yeah. You never know. Seeing crazy things happen. Just keep working and teaching your teams. Have fun and play hard.
I want to say thanks to our Interface Video Productions crew tonight. On cameras, Tom Russo, Jason Rouse, and Ross Spiegel, all doing outstanding work tonight. And on graphics and replays, Donnie Ziegfeld, and our director tonight, Bob Campetti. I want to invite you to join us next Friday night. We'll be back on the air as the Bloom Carroll Lady Bulldogs will take on the Liberty Union Lions out at Liberty Union High School. Newly renovated gymnasium. Should be a good one in the Mid-State League Buckeye on the girls' side. Again, your final score tonight. Fairfield Union comes out victorious at home over Bloom Carroll, 42-31. For our entire Interface Video Productions crew and Tim Shumaker, I'm Jared Stewart. Have yourselves a great night, everybody.
IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Basketball Game of the Week. Brought to you by Fairfield Medical Center, Ohio University Lancaster, Standing Stone Bank, Sheridan Funeral Home, Fairfield National Bank, The Huddle Tire Company, Fairfield DD, Personal Touch Party Rentals, The Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, North Body Shop, The Lancaster Eagle Gazette, Lines Auto Service, The Carriage Company, Kumler Collision, Absolute Lawn Care and Snow Removal, and Dagger Law.